For a man obsessed with winning, Pumpkin Tits seems to be losing a lot. He's managed to lose not just once to Democrat Joe Biden at the ballot box, but over and over again in courts across the country in a futile attempt to stay in power. The Republican squatter and his allies continue to mount new cases recycling the same baseless claims, even after Pumpkin Tits' own Attorney General declared the Justice Department hadn't found any evidence of widespread voter fraud. This will continue to be a losing strategy, and in a way, it's even bad for Pumpkin Tits. He gets to re-lose the election numerous times," said Kent Greenfield, a professor at Boston College and Law School. And the depth of his petulance and narcissism continues to surprise everyone. In an Associated Press tally of roughly 50 cases brought by Pumpkin Tits' campaign and his allies, more than 30 of those cases have been rejected or dropped. About a dozen are wait-in action, and Pumpkin Tits has notched just one small victory, a case challenging a decision to move the deadline to provide missing proof of identification for certain absentee ballots and mail-in ballots in Pennsylvania. Another legal blow came Thursday, the day after Pumpkin Tits posted a 46-minute incoherent, unhinged speech to Facebook filled with conspiracies, misstatements, and bells to keep up his fight to subvert the election. In Wisconsin, a split state Supreme Court refused to hear Pumpkin Tits' lawsuit seeking to disqualify more than 221,000 legal ballots in the state's two biggest Democratic counties. He basically alleged irregularities in the way absentee ballots were administered, and the case echoed claims that were earlier rejected by election officials in those counties during a recount that barely affected Biden's winning margin of about 20,700 votes. And Pumpkin Tits filed a similar lawsuit in federal court later that day, Wednesday. Meanwhile, in Arizona, a judge heard arguments Thursday in a case contesting the election results brought by Arizona Republican Party chairperson Kelly Ward. Ward's lawyers say an inspection of about 100 ballots found two problems. One person's vote for Pumpkin Tits was ultimately recorded as a Biden vote, and another person's vote for Pumpkin Tits was canceled when the reproduced ballot contained votes for both the Republican incumbent and a write-in candidate. There's supposed to be a photo here, and it says, in this November 7th photo, supporters react after it was announced that President-elect Joe Biden defeated Pumpkin Tits at a rally in Milwaukee. The Wisconsin Supreme Court has refused to hear Pumpkin Tits' attempt to overturn his election loss to Democrat Joe Biden in the battleground state. The court on Thursday, December 3rd, said the case must work its way through the lower courts. Judges in the battleground states have repeatedly swatted down legal challenges that were brought by the squatter and his allies. Pumpkin Tits' legal team has vowed to take one Pennsylvania case to the U.S. Supreme Court, even though it was rejected in a scathing ruling by a federal judge as well as an appeals court. After recently being kicked off of Pumpkin Tits' legal team, the conservative attorney Sidney Powell filed new lawsuits in Arizona and Wisconsin this week that were riddled with errors and wild conspiracies about election rigging. One of the plaintiffs named in the Wisconsin case said he never agreed to participate in the case and found out through social media that he had been included. The same lawsuit asks for 48 hours of security footage from the TCF Center, which is centered in Detroit. The issues that Pumpkin Tits' campaign and its allies have raised are typical in every election. Problems with signatures, secrecy envelopes, and postmarks are mail-in ballots, as well as the potential for a small number of ballots that were miscast or lost. Election officials from both parties have said that the election went well, and Attorney General Pat Fuckbar told the Associated Press on Tuesday that the Justice Department hadn't uncovered any evidence of widespread fraud that could change the election's outcome. But Pumpkin Tits' lawyers responded by criticizing Pat Fuckbar, who has been one of the squatters' biggest allies. Greenfield says that their criticism speaks volumes. It goes to show how vehement their ability to overlook reality really is. Failing to gain any traction in court, Pumpkin Tits and his allies are now turning to events with Republican lawmakers and rallies and Klan rallies in states like Pennsylvania, Georgia, and Michigan, where they can use unfounded claims of fraud to incite the squatters' inbred base. Attorney Lin Wood fires up supporters during a Stop the Steal Klan rally in Alpharetta, Georgia. This is on December 2nd. At a Klan rally in Georgia on Wednesday, Powell and another pro-45 nutlicker Lin Wood suggested that Republican voters sit out of the two January runoff elections that will decide control of the Senate because of the potential for fraud, and there wasn't any. And in Michigan, Rudy Kaludi, Pumpkin Tits' personal lawyer urged Republicans activists to pressure and even threaten the Republican-controlled legislature to award the state's 16 electoral votes to Pumpkin Tits, despite Biden's 154,000 vote count victory. In his video posted on Wednesday, Pumpkin Tits said that there were facts and evidence of a mass conspiracy that were created by Democrats to steal the election. No, there isn't. A similar argument made by Colludi and others before judges that has been largely unsuccessful. Most of their claims are rooted in conspiracy theories about voting machines that are not true, and affidavits by partisan poll watchers who claim they didn't get close enough to see ballots being tallied because of safety precautions in the coronavirus pandemic, and because they couldn't see, they argued something untoward must have happened. And no, I didn't hear any facts or evidence, tweeted Pennsylvania Attorney General Josh Shapiro, a Democrat, after watching the video Wednesday. What I did hear was a Facebook rant from a man who lost his election. So if you like the video, give the video a like and subscribe to my channel. Rambin Mike, and also hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified when a new video comes out. And thanks for listening.